Hello, I'm Dr. Deepak Rawat, and in this lecture, I will explain how I made the algal bacterial consortium, which I use for treatment of textile wastewater. So, as you can see in this image, there were different stages that were used to finally arrive at the algal bacterial consortium. So, the first stage was collection of textile wastewater from Panipat. So Panipat is a city in Haryana in India. So I collected wastewater from that city and from the textile industries, and then I isolated different bacteria that were already growing in the stress of textile dyes. Now, on the other hand, I used five different microalgal species that were collected from Culture Collection Bank. So, under stage two, total seven bacteria were isolated and five algal strains were selected. So the first step was to see out of seven how many bacteria could produce siderophore. So I used the common CAS assay. So out of seven, two were not producing sufficient siderophore, and remaining five they were producing sufficient siderophore. So two bacteria were ruled out from the further assessment, and five continued. And on the other hand, I tried to see whether out of five microalgae, how many are good candidates for the degradation of textile dyes. So again, three microalgae were ruled out from the further designs, and only two microalgae were selected as they were showing better dye degradation capabilities. So in stage three, I wanted to see whether bacteria could grow in the sterile exudates of microalgae. We know that microalgae produce dissolved organic matter which is excreted in the uh, aquatic or the medium. So I collected my exudate from two microalgae, and then five bacteria were grown. So it was an interactive study. So out of five bacteria which were not growing in the exudates of microalgae were again ruled out. So two were ruled out and three bacteria were continued for the further designs. Then this was the time to first see whether bacteria and algae can grow together, whether bacteria and algae, which were unknown to each other because they were collected from two different environments, whether they can survive in each other's presence. So here I was expecting three different kinds of interaction. So first was antagonistic, in which maybe bacteria were killing algae or algae were killing bacteria. Second was the mutualistic, in which algae and bacteria were helping each other to grow. And third was no interaction. It means both algae and bacteria were not benefiting or even getting any harm from each other's presence. So again, using this design, I came to this conclusion that only one algae and one bacteria were able to follow the interaction of mutualism, and the other two were either antagonistic in nature or there were no interaction. So finally, the algae and bacteria that I selected for my design, they were able to grow together, and then I saw or tried to assess their potential in the degradation of textile wastewater. Thank you.